What's going on, everybody? Geek here with a little bit of a rant video, Destiny related, specific to Gambit, seasonal challenges thing. Hear me out, all right? Be a little patient, because I know there's some of you guys that say, well, if you don't like it and you hate it, don't do it. Well, I've done most of the seasonal challenges. I look at them and I understand from what I was reading in the TWABs and what they put out on Twitter that the purpose, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, seasonal challenges are there to help us stay a little bit interested in the replacing bounties, giving us things that are realistically something we can go do, we can enjoy doing, and have fun doing. And for those that are returning to the game, that they can catch them easily. Like I was gone for week 3 and week 4, so during week 5, I got caught up on it. But if you do everything weekly, it's not so bad. So you don't have to play catch up at the end of the season. Now, some of them stack, and I kind of wish I would have waited. So if you haven't done them yet, good luck to you. Good job, because you get double infamy this week in Gambit. So that's going to solve one of the issues that was really pretty kind of annoying. But in general, I think that when you force content, yes, and Destiny is a huge plethora of different directions, and that's why it's one of the complex games out there. It's really hard for them to balance it. You have PvE, you have PvP, and you have the mesh with Gambit, you have story, campaign, all this other stuff. Really good storytelling this season. But right now I'm going to focus on the seasonal challenges. I'm going to focus on freaking Gambit, all right? I hate Gambit. I will go in and I will enjoy parts of it. I don't particularly enjoy the PvP aspect of it, the overshield, and you're like, oh, you just can't handle it. Hey, anyone coming in with a xenophage that's raiding with, that's zoning in with a xenophage on or something, and they got the overshield, oh, you know they're going to get 1 or 2 people. Most of the time I can get one down with a shotgun or my sword. Just depends how I set myself up. But I don't care for that because it's unbalanced. It's not very realistic, okay? And you're like, oh, cry me a river. I got it. I don't really care. This is me ranting. And I won't do Gambit unless I'm absolutely forced to. I don't believe in doing activities that I don't enjoy, and it's a dredge for me and makes me not want to do them even more when it's forced. Like exotic quests. There was a while where they were giving us options in some of the exotic quests. Either go do this PvE activity or do this PvP activity. And the PvP activity might be a little bit faster. In one case or 2 cases, it was much faster. But there were other ones where it was, it was very unrealistic. It took me a year to get like one of the hand cannons or something because I just don't do PvP. I don't do very well at that point aspect of the game, so it's not enjoyable. Gambit, when it first came out, I checked it out. I thought it was cool. You could have somebody on your team that goes and it's supposed to be a team activity. It's got matchmaking. You got 4 people against 4 people. You're going in and doing this thing. So if you've got a person on your team that's good at invading and killing the Guardians on their side, what they get should count for you. But instead, that's not what we're getting. So let's go and look at a couple of these. And so week 2, we had Drifters Chosen. Very easy, not so overly complicated. Introducing you to the very basics of the moats and the Gambit concept, and it carries over into one of the raids, Garden of Salvation. To bank, basically, moats and defeating blockers and everything else, 250 points. That goes relatively quick. That's not a problem. Then you go to week 3, where you've got Primeval Entourage. Defeat Taken and Gambit. First off, you have to get Taken, which is usually not a problem when you get to the end. If you're on a team where you don't have people just AFKing on you, and if you're not going up another team of sweats, not always guaranteed, so you can actually get a Primeval summoned. When I was doing an Infamy grind the week or 2 during week 5, and I was doing with a couple of buddies, and we couldn't get half the time because people I would zone in, I would get paired up, somebody would leave. Multiple times I actually had people just leave. So, 3 on 4, you getting sniped all the time. I know, complaining. And then all that, we never got, about a third of the time, we never even got to the Primeval phase. So trying to get to Taken, that was a little bit more of a challenge. But that even comes back further in one of the next ones. In week 4, we had High Value Hunter. This one was relatively easy. Defeat Pilot for Combat. Just go play Gambit. That's what it should be. You want a fun activity? Go have me go play Gambit. Go have me do that. You can give me high value targets. I'm going to go focus on those. I can at least tag one and get a count. If somebody else is faster with a draw, better at aiming or whatever, faster reflexes, whatever, anybody on the team, as long as they get a hit on a high value or something, or the powerful combatants, it counts for them. That's not a problem. Then you go to week 5. Now this week, we're going to fast forward to week 9, where you guys actually awarded infamy. We didn't know that was coming in week 5. And if you got somebody that's coming back and hasn't played Destiny 2 in a long time, and you're saying, hey, go in here, and you say, earn 5 infamy ranks, but only in the major infamy ranks. The sub ranks don't count. So first off, that's misleading. You got half the people out on the boards going, what is wrong with all of this? None of the other activities, when I've ranked up anything here from week 1 through week 4, is retroactively counting. So that's a bunch of BS. Plus, it's a heck of a grind. And then you get to the last phase where you don't get any, the further you progress in it before you reset, the earned infamy slows down so much to even the last rank, you don't get any unless you're on a winning team. And if you don't have a team that's going in and playing and you're randoming out, you got to deal with people that are AFKing, people that are logging out, people that just don't give a crap. That's it. And there's a lot of that. I would say that week I probably spent a good 8 hours in Gambit, and I marked down all the stuff for the luck of the draw. I had a bunch of crap teams. Once or twice we had a couple good ones. But a lot of the time, there was a lot of crap. A lot of people just AFKing, a lot of people just leaving. And I can't tell you the number of times it just gets so frustrated. You can ask several of the guys that I run with that it was just unrealistic. It ruined my desire to go into Gambit. Period. Okay? So you've got that one. All right? And then you've got, what is this? Week 6. I don't think we had one. Week 6. Week 7. You had Salvo, perfectly fine. Got to go get the ornament for Salvo by getting grenade kills and stuff inside it. That's not a problem. That's kind of fun. You're forcing people to go do content because you want them to get the skin for the Salvo, which I really had no desire to because I don't really care for Salvo. Its playstyle just doesn't fit me. I'll go with Crow's grenade launcher, whatever that thing is that puts the flame and stuff on the ground. Can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But this is fine. That one wasn't overly drawn out. I just put on a couple grenade launchers, a heavy, a light. I could put one in every slot because there's stuff out there and could just go knock it out. Now, it's not very beneficial for the rest of my team because I'm not focusing on moats or anything like that. I'm just going in for kills. So I'm a detrimental member to the team because I'm not focused on the overall desire to kill the primeval and win. So you're introducing at this point a couple times a negative to the thing. I got to go focus on this instead of winning. I got to focus on this. So if you've got 2 people in that thing that are focusing on that, you're taking away from the desire and the ability of that 4-man team that doesn't play together, that's in matchmaking, to actually overcome and get an evil summoned. I mean, and then you had, which one? Week 8, you had clearing the circle, get 40 envoy kills. Okay, I'm going to tell you this one too. I was in there. It took 4 or 5 hours to get the 40 envoy kills because half the teams out there couldn't get the primeval up there. And I'm going to tell you right now, when I'm the guy with the leading the combatant kills and the leading motes deposited and the bulk of all that, there's an issue because I'm usually not the number 1. If I'm in a team of my guys, I'm not bad, but I'm not great either. That's just saying volumes. You guys were really out of touch. If the purpose of this was to get people to enjoy an activity, I think you guys missed it because none of it retroactive. Week 1 through, if I just came back to Destiny, I was gone, vacation, holiday, something like that. And I started out this week, none of that stuff's retroactive. Nothing counts. Had I done, it just boggles my mind. So now in here, I've done a lot of Gambit activities. I've done a lot because of you guys forcing the activities this season. But none of those kills are counting towards what I've done this season already. This is seasonal challenges, mates. Seasonal challenges. Whatever I've accomplished inside of Gambit should automatically count. You're doing it on other activities. I logged onto this one. It automatically said it was done because I focused 3 Umbral engrams. Well, okay, that's fantastic. Why can't you go back and see what we've done inside of Gambit? And apply that to there. Because I'm telling you right now, defeat Gambits and Guardian, earn bonus progress for defeating them as an invader. I'm not fucking invading. Pardon my mouth. I am not invading to go do that. I cannot do it. I am not going to be an invader. You're forcing me to do something in this game that I absolutely do not enjoy, and I think it's stupid to force that. Seasonal challenges, make them fun. Get Guardian kills as a team. You somebody in there that I got to beat into the portal? Fine, that's perfectly fine. I am not a person that goes in and invades. I've done it a couple times. I'm not really good at it. And you're like, well, just get better. Get good, scrub. You know what? I'm done. I was enjoying the seasonal challenges. I was ready to forgive certain things of it. But then you guys put this stuff in there and the whole Gambit thing. Heck, I even got the Crucible stuff on. The Crucible stuff was just fine. Even the rank sets in there, because if you go do trials, if you can find a team, and there's plenty of like Marcus B Gaming out there, CB, Vegeta, a few of those other guys, Vegeta Plays, all those guys, really freaking cool. To help you out, to get to trials, you can go in there. And this one from last week, I had to read it a couple times. I was like, I don't know, crap. Everybody I'm talking to is like, oh crap, we're not doing this one, because they instantly flash back to the Solstice armor from last season, or the last Solstice. And we had to get 7 matches won. At least in this one, you kind of learn, and it's win multiple rounds in trials. Not matches, but rounds. So if those who don't understand, a match, you can have as little as 5 and up to 7 in a match, right? Depends how much you win, how much you lose. So you can actually probably do that and have a little bit of fun with it. It's good shenanigans. This one, though, why? What's the purpose? What is the purpose? Oh, you gotta learn to be an invader. You're gonna force people to go do that. I just don't get you, Bungie. I do not get you on this one. I'm loving the game. I love a lot of the things in the PvE side of it. I love the story of the season. And I love doing the seasonal challenges. Most of them. But when you do this crap, you do not take into any consideration the work and the time that people have put into it. That's just disrespectful. That's just what are you thinking? I mean, give me a freaking break. We already had to grind out infamy. I can't tell you how many Guardians I killed with a sword. Why should I have to be the one to invade? Because half the time, I can tell you the numbers. I've been with people, we try to go do the invade. And we're like, oh, no, Blueberry, don't go invade. We want, you can't do it. You've got to be next to the portal when something happens. You can't control a teammate unless you're on a specific fire team that's all going gung-ho on it. It's not going to happen. And then it's a percentage in there. What the freak is up with you guys in percentages? Tell me 1 or 2 Guardians, call it good. 1 Guardian I got and I did. 2 Guardians, I'm good. A percentage that doesn't count half the time? I'm sorry. You guys have lost me. I'm ranting major right now. There are a lot of things that Destiny's doing. You guys are moving a lot of way, but you also, for some stupid reason, keep going back to this old mentality. Well, you're wearing in seasonal challenges, I want you to do this, you're going to have to go do that. And people are like, well, if you don't like it, don't do it. I get it. You can hate. You can leave the comments below. I get it. I'm a dad. I'm a casual player. I'm a potato. I'm not good at PvP. I don't do headshots really well or anything like that. And I can tell you over half the people that I've played with are just like me. And you're trying to force them to go do it. And you're like, well, that's not what this is for. If they want to do it, they're going to go do their story. They're coming in and they're seeing the seasonal challenges. It's right there, bold as day. If you go look at it, I'm looking at my quest, seasonal challenges. They're going to look at that and say, ooh, I want to go do that. Maybe it's something I can go do. And that gives them activities to go do. But be realistic with it. And give a little bit more of a description as to what the heck they're supposed to do. So they're not doing infamy ranks and they knock out the first 5 of them real quick. And they're like, why did I only get 2? I did 5, but I only got 2. It only gave me 2. It doesn't tell them you have to do all the major ranks. And you're forcing them into a team environment for matchmaking where there might be a solo player and they're having to get stuck with crap teams because there's no penalties for people leaving Gambit early. There's no penalties for somebody just sitting there. There's nothing in there, and the overshields and stuff. I'm sorry, I could go off and on. Gambit has a lot of great potential, but you have got to stop thinking about it. It's ranting. I never wanted to do that. But I'm enjoying so many other games right now that when I saw this, I logged in. I was going to do my seasonal challenges for the day. And instead, I'm making this video and I'm closing Destiny 2 down. And I'm going to go play other games. I'm going to go play Outriders. I'm going to go play God Eater. I'm going to go play whatever else I have loaded on the box or whatever else I have loaded on my Xbox. I have no desire right now to go do anything in Destiny. And I still have to go get Eyes of Tomorrow, and I've ran that stupid raid over 100 freaking times. You guys have got to figure out how to make the game enjoyable. To me, it boils down to one thing. Time invested equals reward. It's a game as a service. I get it.
You want to drag things out, extend the life of the game, extend the life of the content for the season. Make it rewardable. Give me something to go after. Heck, I even went and did Grandmaster last week on the tank, and that was a lot of fun. We were in there for an hour. A lot of shenanigans. I got a couple double drops. It made it really worthwhile. This, all I'm getting is a triumph. There's nothing out of it. I get a little triumph. I don't get a weapon. I get nothing. What is the purpose of making somebody waste so much time trying to do that? Oh, I'm trying to draw out content. Crap content. Get original. Oh, and while we're at it, since I'm ranting, could you get original and get rid of the stomp mechanic? Think of stuff. A freaking flying thing in the air should not, aka the giant meatball, should not have a stomp mechanic. It's floating in the freaking air. Laser beams, tentacles, whatever you want, not a stomp mechanic. I'm sorry. That's just horrible. Okay? I think I'm done with the rant. I have no idea what's coming up next. But I can tell you right now, I'm not even going to do any of the seasonals. I'm done. And I've been knocking them out. I was actually kind of enjoying them, except for the Gambit pieces. And this one was the one that broke Camel's back. I'm sorry. You guys were wickedly out of touch. Move on. Figure it out. And for the love of it all, also, do me a favor. With the artifact, can you make it free to reset instead of charging thousands of glimmer over and over and over and over again? It makes it so I don't want to explore or try any of these other perks, try multiple builds or anything like that. It's just like it becomes useless to me. Figure it out. All right, I'm done ranting. I love Destiny 2. I love grouping with my buddies. But right now, at this point in the season, I can log into the game and half the time they're not on. Half the time the people that I'm used to seeing, and there's lots of them, aren't even playing anymore. They're like, I'm bored with the game. I'm tired of the forced content. Yeah, it's a roller coaster in the game. We have a love-hate relationship, but it's because you do stuff like this that people don't want to do it. Think about the triumphs. Sure, make them a little challenging, but don't make them unrealistic for half the people out there. Okay? All right. Rant is over. Bungie's probably never going to watch this, and you're all probably going to give me a lot of hate on it because that's how the Destiny community is. You're either on or off. I loved it, but I don't like Gambit. All right. And I used to not like PvP, but PvP's kind of growing on me. I just don't think Gambit's worth it. I think Gambit's a joke that needs to be overhauled and fixed. All right. I know I said it before, ran over. Anyways, I hope you guys are having fun. Stay safe. Have fun gaming. I would say I will see you in game, but I'm not going to be in Destiny 2 for the rest of this week, probably. I will see you in other games like, I don't know, Outriders, because it's a lot of fun, and there's no stomp mechanic, or in God Eater, or Code Vein, or several other games out there that are coming out. There's a lot of options. Bungie, when you force content like that, you're going to drive people to other things. If that's what you're after, keep doing it. But if you want people to keep playing the game, make the triumphs enjoyable because there isn't a reward for them other than, I got a triumph. All right. And if you give me an emblem for it, that's just an insult. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. I got to stop. I keep getting back on my negative. Anyways, love you guys. Destiny 2 community. I know you're going to rant on me on this one. Rant away. Leave the comments below. Yeah. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later.